Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a really close look at the compelling story of Winning Ticket.
Right. A racehorse whose journey was, well, about so much more than just speed and wins, wasn't it?
Absolutely. It's a tale woven with human dreams, raw perseverance, and a legacy that stretched far, far beyond the racetrack itself.
And to guide us, we're drawing mainly from Winning Ticket, a racehorse's enduring legacy. It's a source that gives a really rich, in-depth look at this incredible animal.
One of the people whose lives he touched, yeah.
Exactly.
So our mission today is basically to unpack what made Winning Ticket so special. I mean, not just his skill on the track.
But how he became the symbol of hope, determination.
Yeah, and why his story still resonates, even now. So get ready for, well, some surprising facts and definitely some emotional moments.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so let's kick things off. Winning Ticket wasn't just any horse. He felt like, I don't know, a living embodiment of fate.
Almost carrying the hopes of one man, Yuji Ito, who'd chased this dream for decades.
And the bloodline. Just incredible potential flowing through his veins, sired by Tony Bin.
Right, and the damn line tied to legends like Sakura Yutaka-o and Maruzenski-o. So the potential was definitely there on paper.
But what was it about him specifically? What set him apart early on?
Well, that's a great question, because even with that elite background, trainer Yuji Ito had this immediate, almost instinctive feeling.
He just saw something.
He really did. When Ito first saw the young colt, he didn't hesitate. Now, others apparently said he looked a bit like a deer, maybe not the most powerful build at first glance.
Huh, like a deer.
Yeah, but Ito saw something special. He rushed to prepare for Winning Ticket's arrival, and that really marked the true beginning of this horse's journey.
And right from the start, the goal was the Derby.
Absolutely. Earmarked for it from day one.
His debut was, well, kind of tough. Finished 5th. The track conditions were bad, I remember reading.
Very bad conditions, yeah. But his very next race, that's when jockey Norihiro Yokoyama got aboard.
And bam, took the win.
And he just kept improving after that. Scored these really dominating wins in the Hoboken Show, the Hopeful Stakes.
So it became pretty clear pretty quickly this horse was really going places.
Oh, no doubt. But, looking at the wider picture, the journey also involved this really fascinating and actually quite complex partnership.
With jockey Masato Shibata.
Exactly, Shibata. Now, he's known for this deep sense of honor, right? And initially, after that debut loss, he felt, well, unworthy to ride Winning Ticket again.
Unworthy, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to take opportunities away from the younger jockeys. What do you think that says about him?
It just speaks volumes, doesn't it? About his humility, his integrity. It's quite rare.
It really is. But trainer Ito believed so strongly in their match, in that partnership.
To the point of making special arrangements just for Shibata's riding style.
That's right. That kind of dedication, you just couldn't ignore it. Shibata eventually agreed.
Okay, but then, here's where it gets really interesting. The true test.
The 1993 Satsuki Show. First leg of Japan's Triple Crown.
And the favorites were these three titans, known simply as BNW.
That's Winning Ticket, Biwa Hayahida, and Narita Taishin. A real clash of the titans shaping up.
Winning Ticket came into that race as the top favorite, right?
He did, but apparently he burned out from pre-race nerves. Just got too worked up.
Oh no, so he finished
4th, overtaken by Narita Taishin, who won it. And suddenly, Winning Ticket's title as the Derby favorite was looking pretty shaky.
That must create a lot of doubt. For the whole team, I imagine.
Absolutely. And especially for Masato Shibata.
Right, because this wasn't just any Derby for him, was it? This was the Derby, his 19th attempt.
19th. And he carried this weight from his mentor who told him years ago to become a greater than the jockey who replaced him on a previous top horse.
So for Shibata, this race was just everything. A lifetime of pursuit focused on this one moment.
You can just feel the pressure building.
Yeah, fun.
So when the gate finally opened for the Derby, picture this. The three titans, BNW, they all positioned themselves for what everyone knew would be the battle of a lifetime.
How did it play out?
Biwa Hayahida pushed forward, took an early lead. Narita Taishin, the Satsuki Show winner, waited patiently in the back, conserving energy.
And Winning Ticket, where was Shibata?
Stuck close, didn't commit too early, didn't fall too far back, just stayed right there, poised, ready to strike. The stage was absolutely set.
And then the final turn.
The tension just exploded. Biwa Hayahida made his move, trying to pull away. Narita Taishin surged from behind, unleashing that powerful late kick.
But Shibata and Winning Ticket.
They found another gear. Somehow, they dug deep, neck and neck, stride for stride with Biwa Hayahide. They just pulled ahead.
Incredible. The crowd must have gone insane.
Roaring. But Shibata, he didn't raise a fist, didn't shout, he just bowed his head, completely overwhelmed by the emotion of it all.
He'd done it.
He had done it. At 45 years old, his 19th try, he'd finally won the one race he chased for a lifetime.
And the chant, Masato! Masato!
Yeah.
Echoing through Tokyo racecourse. That wasn't just a win.
No, that was legend right there. And, thinking about Shibata's character, that understated reaction, the bow, it was just so impactful because it wasn't about him, his personal glory. It felt like it was about the culmination of everything, the decades of dedication, overcoming the self-doubt.
And that connection with the horse.
Exactly, the profound connection.
Yeah.
And Ito's unwavering belief in him, Shibata finally believing fully in himself. Winning Ticket really became the embodiment of that whole long pursuit.
Wow. So after that incredible high, that Derby win, the story obviously continued, but nothing quite topped that day, did it?
No, that was the peak. Winning Ticket did race on. He won the Kyoto Shimbun High next, which is a key prep race, but apparently he barely scraped by.
Okay.
Then in the Kikuka Show, the final leg, the really long one, honestly, he was crushed by Biwahaya Hide, who had really matured into a powerhouse by then.
Right. And after that?
He placed respectably in the Japan Cup, but then faded in the Arima Kinnan. That was the race where Tokai Taiyo made that miraculous comeback win after a year off. So Winning Ticket was sort of overshadowed there.
And then 1994, things took a turn.
Yeah, things really went downhill in 94. Tragically, Shibata suffered a career-ending fall in another race. He retired.
Oh, terrible luck. And Winning Ticket.
He returned to racing under other jockeys, but he just wasn't the same horse. The magic wasn't quite there without Shibata, maybe.
Didn't things end quite sadly on the track?
Very sadly. There was this much-anticipated matchup with his old rival, Biwahaya Hide, in the Tenno show. But it turned tragic mid-race.
Both injured.
Both suffered tendon injuries, serious ones. And just like that, the Green, the racing career, it was over for both of them in that moment.
Wow. So he retired after that.
Retired quietly. And like you hinted at earlier, people really did say he followed Masato into the sunset.
Poetic, in a sad way. How did he do as a stud?
Well, he didn't quite live up to the massive expectations, unfortunately. His direct offspring, his sons, had some success on the track, but none were superstars. None really carried on his line directly.
It seems like his competitive fire was maybe just unique to him and Shibata together.
Perhaps. That unique combination couldn't be easily passed down, it seems.
But his legacy did live on, didn't it, in some surprising ways?
Oh, definitely. As a broodmare sire, so through his daughters, he actually contributed to champions, like the Grade 1 winner, Lei Papale.
Ah, okay, so his influence was still felt.
Yes. And then his retirement, he became this truly beloved figure.
At Urikawa Yushun Village AERU, right? He lived a long time there.
A very long time. He actually outlived both his old B&W rivals, Biwahaya Hida and Narita Taishin. And he charmed everyone, visitors, staff, with this amazing youthful energy, even well into his 30s.
So people started visiting him. The real Winning Ticket.
Flocked to AERU to see the real-life hero. Videos of him just doing his daily thing, eating carrots, rolling in the paddock, spread like wildfire online. He brought smiles to thousands, maybe millions.
It's quite something, isn't it? To go from being this fierce Derby winner to, like, a beloved social media star in his old age.
It really is. It speaks volumes about the connection people form with these animals, how their stories resonate way beyond just the races they won. He became a public darling, cherished for his personality and for all those memories.
But sadly, that chapter had to end too.
Yes. On February 18th, 2023, Winning Ticket passed away. He was 33 years old.
From colic, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is always so suddy and painful for horses.
Exactly. And apparently just days before, he'd been out munching snow, greeting fans at the fence, acting like his usual self.
Oh, that makes it even sadder.
His death left a huge void. The online tributes just poured in from all over the world. He was just more than a racehorse.
He really was. He was hope, determination. The story of Masato Shibata never giving up.
He was the winning ticket. For Masato, definitely. For all his fans. And maybe for everyone who dares to dream,
So, just to recap, we've traced Winning Ticket's incredible journey from that young colt with maybe deer-like looks, but immense potential.
Through that challenging but ultimately triumphant partnership with Shibata.
Facing those fierce rivalries with BMW.
And leaving this enduring legacy, cementing his place not just in racing history, but really deep in the hearts of countless fans.
Which really brings up an important question for you listening right now.
Yeah. What can Winning Ticket and Masato Shibata's story teach you? About pursuing a lifelong dream, maybe facing your own setbacks and finding joy, finding meaning, even when the path takes some really unexpected turns.
And maybe consider this. How do we recognize our own winning ticket moments in life? Those opportunities, those relationships, that might just define a lifetime.
Even if they don't look perfect at first glance. Or maybe they come with challenges we didn't expect.
Exactly. Something to think about.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more. Check out our other videos for more stories you might enjoy.